Now this is a big mod that I know everyone's going to want to do when they see it. Basically, this thing here, these are so tight, it's unbelievable, which is a good thing, but they are way too tight for my liking. I really did struggle, and at some points I actually damaged the body, the fuselage, that was it. Damaged the fuselage. So I've come up with an idea. You don't need the clips, and it's going to be zero force needed. What I've got is, I've designed this front piece, which is like that, and that goes on the front instead of the clip. Now that has to be mounted, it has to be, I don't know if you can see it, but it has to be, the base of it has to be flush, like that, and then that goes on there. So you hook the front in, like that, and then the back is going to be two clips. But to reinforce the back, you need a couple of pieces, which are these pieces, which I'll share the design with you, you know, it's not a problem. Now, I've got to get them the right way. That one goes there. It's not perfect, but it's close enough. So that one goes there, but I need to sink it in. And then this one goes on there. Again, I need to sink it in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one side, and then I'll try and talk you through how to actually do it. These things are Canopy locks or Canopy latches or whatever you want to call them. Very cheap from Hobby King. Now this bit here obviously is the release mechanism, or the lever or whatever you want to call it, which is actually attached to that bar. But the only thing is that is actually pressure fitted onto that, and it does move. So when you turn it, it will actually come out and it will start moving in and out like that, if you can see that. So the first thing I do is you push it back in a bit, so there's a bit showing out of there. You pull the spring back, you get your glue, which I can't get the glue off at the minute. You put a blob of glue, a small blob of glue there, and you pull it back so as it's back into line, and you wipe all the excess glue off there and you let that go so as it just glues that into position, because that will move, and that's the last thing you want. So that's the first thing. Now I've already done this one, so now it doesn't move anywhere, it's actually locked solid in there. So I've already done one side, which isn't the prettiest, but this is the first time I've actually done it. So the theory of it is, what you do is you pull that back and it unlocks it. So if I move them out of the way, and I get the body, fuselage, Tony, not the body, and the front bit is already locked into place. Now you'll see that, you see this piece here, where are we? Put it that way. This bit here, which is the bottom part of it, that has to be in line with this bit here, because this bit ultimately here is the piece that actually sits flat on the bottom of the fuselage. So that has to be in line like that, you know what I mean? So when you've done that, then that will slot into place. It slots in there like that. Now the other thing that you might have to do is, because I've had to make this a bit thicker, so is it this bit here is a bit thicker, just so as it's got a bit more meat to grab hold of. Sorry, it's white, it doesn't show up very well. It's good, yeah, it's a bit thicker, so it's got a bit more meat to grab hold of. So what you may have to do is just get a knife on here and just cut a piece out on there, just so as it will slot underneath. And also I'll put some reinforcement on here as well, just put some extra glue down the sides just so to stop that coming off. So if I get the thing, what's it, thing there, so you can see that going into there like that, and then you push that down, and then when you push that down, all you do then is just undo that and it locks into place. So that's now locked into place. Obviously the other side hasn't locked into place because it isn't done yet. It's not the prettiest, but it does the job. So I'm going to do the other side. I'm going to show you, hopefully, how to do it. This is looking decidedly second hand already, look. Hi ho. I think I'm going to leave these on because you need something to grab hold of when you're actually lifting it, because the canopy is rather tight. I don't know, I might take them off. I don't know yet. Not decided. First thing to do is get this one piece here like this and fit it on there. Now if you fit it flush with the top, I should have done these bits in black actually, not white, but anyway. So you fit it flush with the top, and it also has to be in line with that piece there, like that. So all you do is you get that on there, and then you get your knife and you run your knife down the side there, and then you run your knife down the side there, and then you get the thickness of the material, which is should be is it 3mm, 2mm? Don't know. Can't remember now. I think it's 2mm thick. And then you cut that piece out there. So as you cut that piece out there so as it sits as a recess like that. So I'll do that and I'll come back and show you the next step. Just to go back a step, once you've fitted one of them, the positioning isn't critical obviously, get it in roughly in the middle, but doing the second one you don't want it to be lopsided or anything like that. So the way to actually get it the same distance is, if you get a pen, a marker pen, then all you do is you just put a few blobs of whatever you can put on there just to mark it, and then you get this bit and you line it up the same as that one, and you let go of your spring, you move it around a bit, and then it leaves, it's a very, I hope you saw that on camera, it leaves a very, very small dent there. So I know I need to cut that hole there to make it the same distance. Do you know what I mean? So there's that bit. So you can now see that I've cut that out, and that fits on there perfectly, like that. So the next step I'm going to do is drop that on there, and then I'm going to pick it up and then I'm going to line it up, and that has to go, like I said with the other side, that has to go in line with that cut out there. So you put that on there, line it up perfectly, and all you do is you just cut around it. If you just cut in, just get your knife and just cut in a couple of millimetres all the way around, and then I'll show you how to do the other bit. All I've done is cut a line in there and also cut a line down there. Because my designing isn't brilliant, it doesn't actually fit 100%. Oh, incidentally, if anyone wants to improve on it, please feel free, let me know if you do. but be aware, this is a one-shot thing. You ain't going to do it again. So that's all lined up. I don't even know if you can see where I've cut the slot there like that, and then you've got one down there because it doesn't fit perfectly. And then along the top here, all I've done is scored it at the minute. Focus. And the way I've done that is I've just lined that up with the edge like that, and then I've gone down it like that just to line it up perfectly. And then I'm going to get a Stanley blade, and I can find my new one, get the Stanley blade and just cut straight down there, and just, you know, so that piece will then come out. So I've cut that out like that, and that fits in there perfectly now, like that. So what I'm going to do now is glue that on. You don't need to glue this on first, it's up to you, you know, but it just makes it easier for when you come to put this on. And after that's glued on, I'm going to try and do this. Zoom in. So then you get your lock. You line it up with a hole like that. You get the angle right. Well, you get the idea. You get, you know, you just cut anyway. So when you've lined it all up, what you do is you put it down there. It has to be recessed in a bit, like about that much. And then all you do is you push down on it pretty hard to leave an indent of that in there. And then you cut round it and you recess, you sink that in until it's near enough flush, or it's as flush as it will go. And then what I do is I take it apart after I've got another one anyway. I'll take it all apart, so you've got basically that. What I'll do is I'll glue it all in place, and I'll show you exactly how I do it. I've cut the slot out, and as you can see I didn't quite get it square, so I had to cut a piece along there anyway. So you put your latch in place, you take the thing apart first, you line it up like that, and you simply get your knife and you scribe all the way around it, and then you just pick the bits off so as you can recess it. So I've done my recess. I'm going to take that out. Well, the first thing you do is get a screwdriver, which is the same thickness as the bar, and poke it straight through till you've got a nice clean hole. And then you take that out and you make the hole bigger with a bigger bar or screwdriver that's bigger than the bolt. So then you take that out, which you don't need anymore, and you get your new one, and you put it through the front at first, and then you pop it in there, so that fits nice and tightly in there now. And then I'll glue that into position along with this piece, which may need a bit of need some trimming. You know, may need to make the hole bigger on there. I mean, this hole, it's not important. It's the other side that you've got to get square. This is just for reinforcement. So I'm going to make that hole a bit bigger, so that will fit in there perfectly, and then I'm going to glue them both into position. I've glued that one in place like that. Now I've just got to let it cure. I've coloured this one in, I suppose, on the top edge, just so as it matches. I don't know about the actual latch itself. I don't think I'll do that. So that's that done. I've just got to let that cure now. Now, incidentally, I've got this glue, Bob Smith Industries which is foam safe glue. Absolutely fantastic stuff it is. Doesn't smell, and it sticks really well. It's a lot better than the other stuff. It's like I don't know. It's like is it medium CA glue or something like that? It's a lot thicker than usual. But yeah, if you want some. Well, the same I did on the Canopy is the same I'm going to do on here. Is line it up with the lead in at the top edge, roughly there, maybe a bit further that way. It's not that important as long as it matches the other side. Lean it up like that, hold it in place, cut down there, and then again cut. Well, you'll see that this piece at the back actually sits inside, it doesn't sit. You'll get what I mean. If anyone wants to redesign this, like I say, please do, because I can't get any closer than that. So line it up with the top, cut around it there, cut around it along the bottom, and then sink this thing back in the same as I did with the Canopy. And the same as what I did with the hatch. Oh, this is tight. What I've done here is I've just got a red marker and I've coloured the end in, and then you just pull it back, put it in, so as it leaves a mark wherever you need to cut the hole, which, fingers crossed, you can just about see a tiny little red dot there. So that's where I've got to cut the hole. What I usually do is get a knife, start cutting it out, and then make sure it's in the right place, and then I drill it out. Do about, well, a 3mm hole, 3-inch. Do a 3mm hole, and then jobs are good. And so it's all on. It's all semi sort of dried. I've just got to leave it for another 12 hours, and then I'll colour that one in the same as I have that one. Now, if I've done this right, that slides in the front, that goes down at the back. You pull the two clips, push it down, and there you go. Don't need to mess around with these bloody things anymore. Although I think I'm going to leave them in because it makes it easier still makes it easier for pulling off like that. So there you go, no clips. As you can see, it works perfectly. I just need a load of black paint. I'll just touch it up with a black marker. I'm not changing any designs of this build. I'm still using the Vector. I did have a shelf on the back here that the Vector sat on, but I've printed one. This is sort of my design. Somebody else came up with the idea, so I just redid it, just so as the canopy will fit on properly, because the design I saw didn't have these holes in it, so you couldn't get the canopy on properly at all. But now, if I can get my canopy, you slot it in the front, and then you push it down at the back, and that fits on there nicely now. So I don't take full credit for the shelf, but yeah, I did modify it to basically fit so as these will actually go down into the recess. So I'm going to put my Vector on there like that, with this 3M double-sided tape, which is brilliant stuff, because as soon as you put it on, it's not really that sticky, but you leave it overnight and it don't come off again. So anyway, that's going there, that's got to be plugged in there, blah blah blah. So yeah, that's it. The only thing I've done on the underside of the wing is, this is actually wing tape, which is a bit dirty at the moment, needs cleaning. So that's all I've done with that, just to add a bit of strengthening on that part. And on the front I've just added one strip of wing tape again, just to protect the front in case I land in long grass. I've not done that because I can't. I probably can, but can't be bothered. So that's that done. The canopy's all done. These wires here. So I've actually numbered all these. Put number tape on them. So that's all done. Those work fine. On the fuselage, again I've numbered all these. Zoom in. So I've numbered all these, so I know there's 7 connectors actually I have to plug in the field, which I'm not happy about, but there you go. This BEC or UBEC, whatever you want to call it, this is actually only for servo power, nothing else. The camera connector, that pumps out 12 volts, I think. Oh no, actually it's 5 volts. It also charges the run cam. That goes to the video TX, that powers the video TX, that's powered through the Eagle Tree Vector. And that's it. So it's all in place. So I've just got the run cam plugged in now. So if I plug this in, it also charges the run cam. I can't leave it plugged in too long because the alarm goes off. So that's that done. I'm going to hot glue this connector in. I've done that so as in case I ever want to take the run cam off and use it on something else, I'll put a connector on there. But oh yeah, I'm going to hot glue that in. So that's that done. That goes on there. That goes on there like that. It's actually pointing down. It does point down by default, but it's not too much of an angle. I think that's going to be fine like that, as I've already tested on my Mini Talon. That was it. The Mini Talon one was a perfect angle now. So I've just got some hot gluing to do and then it's finished. Prop, I'm using a 10 by 5 I think it is, or a 10 by 6. So that's it. That's it, that's it, that's it. I've still got to balance it because it's still heavy on this side. It's all done, ready for its maiden. Now the first thing, these things are so bloody cheap. Oh bollocks. You get some, sorry, first thing you, oh bloody bollocks, shit. Stop, oh bollocks. This is only a test fit.